This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Autumn Ridge model 26BHS. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the features. Walk around the trailer inside and out. So first of all, on the door side at the rear you have a quick connect for the LP system. You can connect a grill or griddle or whatever you have into the system through that quick connect. Okay, you've got regular scissor type stabilizers, take a 3/4 inch crank or socket. Okay, then we're cleaning up right now here, so we're kind of a little bit messy, but this refrigerator is a 110 AC, so as soon as you plug in the trailer it turns on. You have a nice drawer, a sizable drawer I should say. This is a spray port. You get a sprayer with this. It's a blue or black, probably a blue coiled sprayer. We'll look at that when we see it. Power awning with LED strip, outside speakers. This right here is the vent for the range hood. Okay, so if you're going to run the range hood vent, you want to always push up on these latches here so the baffle flaps freely when you're venting to the outside. If you don't, it won't vent to the outside. So this is the fresh water tank fill right here. You know, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be using city water when you camp, but sometimes you have to go places where there's no plumbing, no city water. So in those cases you'd pre-fill this tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. Okay, and that gray valve right there or white valve right there, I mean, is the drain valve for the city or the fresh water tank. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let me get the light on. This is your sprayer, of course. You get two cranks with it. Why, I don't know, but you have two. They're both the same. Down at the other end is your dump hose. Okay, and also you actually have three, because this one right here, this you can put on a drill. It's a 3/4, so you got plenty of ways to crank it. Now, that same 3/4 inch crank, if your tongue jack fails, your power tongue jack fails, you can pull this plug right out of the top, put the crank on there and crank it manually. Also, of course, you got LP tanks, a deep cycle marine battery right here. Let me keep walking here. You have a slide topper, of course, on your slide room. Okay. Now this is a 50 amp system, so you got a 50 amp cord, and you get the reducers with it. Okay. This is your water docking station here. So you're going to hook the water right up here, right? Turn it on. If you got city water, you want this. You can see this drawing right here. You want this lever in this position for city water. So you just turn on the water and you're set to go. Everything will work. All the fixtures will work. Now, if you're going to fill the tank, you need to move it to this position to fill the fresh water tank. So there's two ways to fill the fresh water tank on this trailer: on the other side and this way. Okay. This is a black tank flush right here. So the idea is, after you dump your black tank, which is the toilet water and waste, you leave the valve open, then hook the hose at the dump station on here, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your tank really well. Okay. These, of course, are your dump valves. This housing tells us we're pre-wired for a backup camera. Of course, this is your water heater. Right now I'm just opening the switch is operator inside, but I just want to show you that right now it's drained. You can see there's the cap for it, and there is where the cap attaches to. So right now it's bypassed and it's empty because it's winterized. Never run the tank or try to light it or turn on the electricity without water in the tank. Always make sure it's full. Okay? Let me just close this up. We'll go inside now. Okay. Okay. So we're still cleaning here, but we'll work around the stuff here. All right, so to start off with, your awning is a power awning. There's the switch for it. Never leave it out unattended. Your slide room, there's the switch for it right there. These are light switches here. Here you can turn on your water pump there. You can light your water heater on gas right there. You can turn on the electric element right there. Remember, I said right now it's empty. You always want to make sure it's full before you turn that on. Battery's charged, then your levels are all empty. You can see it graduates up in 1/3 increments. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray in the black tank. Okay. All right. So your TV is going to be right here when you put on a TV. Make sure when you do that, you're going to use the antenna, you want this to be red. You can shut it off, but it's a signal booster for the digital antenna. So you want it on if you're using the antenna, or otherwise you won't get a good picture. This is your sound here and a remote. So basically you've got Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone or your tablets. You have AM/FM radio. Okay. You have USB right there to stream off of. This is an HDMI in right here behind this rubber plug. And you have 2 speaker zones, zone 1 and zone 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Alright. So as we move, this is a sample of your toilet chemical. These are your keys hanging here where they should be. Okay. So in this packet is all the literature for your trailer. Okay. The microwave works like any other microwave. Let me just look at that to make sure. Yes, he's got it on tape. Okay. Now I told you about I showed you the vent outside. I told you about opening the baffle on it when you vent to the outside. So when you turn on the fan to vent, you want to open that baffle. Okay. Of course, you got light there. I don't know if he's got the. I don't think he's got the gas turned on, but let me see. No, it's off. So I'll just talk you through it. You got 3 burners. You got three knobs right here. Okay. You're just going to spark them by turning this one all the way to the left clockwise to spark. So you're just going to turn it on to light and spark it. Right. Very simple. When it comes to the oven, it's a little bit different. It's actually got a pilot light. The pilot light is. Let me see if I can get a good picture here without. The pilot light is all the way to the back. So you can see me sparking it back there. Okay. So what you do is you go to the knob all the way to the right. They have a knob. You go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light in this case. You depress it and keep it depressed while you're lighting it. Then you begin to spark it with your left hand, which I can't do with holding the camera, but you spark with your left hand till you see it light down here. Once it lights, you hold it for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature. It cycles as an oven does. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, of course, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. All right, make sure you always travel with this thing shut, the glass top shut so it doesn't break. Okay. This device here is your power converter. So what it does, it converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So right here, you've got circuit breakers like you see at home, just the 110 AC circuit breakers, and they're all labeled here. All right. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. Up here, you see you've got regular 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Okay. Also, on the 12 volt side, it senses how much energy your battery has and needs, and it will just trickle a couple amps if it's charged, or if it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged. Okay, so it's also a battery tender. Okay. All right, so let me look around here. See if I forgot if anything. Let me look here. Yes, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. You can see it's green. It should always be green. If it's not, get it serviced. Right. So this will detect carbon monoxide buildup, LP gas leak, and if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your battery is low. So let me put it through the paces here. LP check is good, carbon monoxide coming up, and low battery alarm. back to green. It should always be green, if not get it serviced. Okay, so the refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just have up and down for the temperature, and then you have different modes, power saving mode, that sort of thing. Okay, your thermostat is very simply, you just hit the mode button and you keep hitting it to go through all the options. Okay, I'm just going to bring it back around here. And you move it up and down, obviously. If it gives you the option of running the fan on auto, always do that. Because it seems to work better that way. But basically your three options are fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor. And then there was air conditioning, and then there's furnace. Okay. So, Gfci. Remember, all the plugs in the trailer, even the one on the outside, are wired through a Gfci. So it's always set at the one with the buttons on it. Always run your fan with the shower to pull the humidity out. And if you haven't owned an RV before, the toilet, which now has antifreeze in it. I'll flush it here. I can. There's a little bit of residual water in there. Basically, the black tank is directly below, and you can't use it without an empty black tank. So what people do is they'll pull a trailer into the campsite, they'll level it, they'll hook up the power of the water, then you come in here, you'll dump one dose of chemical in the bowl, and then you'll stand on the pedal and hold it down and let about a gallon of water flow into the black tank below with the chemical. Then it's ready to be used. You can't use it dry or the smell will be terrible, plus you can get clogged up. So make sure you do that before you start using it. That's important. Okay. Of course, you can drop your table down on these cleats here and turn it into a bed. This one jackknifes here, so turn it on another bed. This is where you can hang a TV bracket here. I would get the one that swings out this way. Try to always spend the extra money and get one that locks in place. Therefore you wouldn't have to use straps on it. And this is power, or signal and power for the TV. If you put one in here. Okay. I think that about covers it. I'm looking here to see if I've forgotten anything. I think I've got it all. Okay, yes. Okay, well, thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember, you want to inspect your roof every 90 days. So you need to go up there, or somebody go up there every 90 days. Check the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation. Check the attachments to make sure nothing was damaged by low branches or road debris flying up there. Look at the roofing material. Give it a good inspection. Odds are you won't have to do anything, but that's why you're inspecting it, just to make sure. If you see something, take care of it immediately, okay? And last, this trailer is, right now the water heater is empty, it's bypassed, and there's antifreeze in the system, okay? Thank you.